You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
The bitter truth behind why Trump's base will never walk away, based on an article by Adam Lynch. Trump's voters see the damage. The party still owns it. The damage is not mysterious. Sarah Longwell's survey work catches Trump voters doing something rare, naming harm in plain English. They are talking about higher prices, mass firings at a government agency, election rigging fantasies, frivolous lawsuits that cost us money, pressure on Medicaid, and hospitals that could close because of Republican policy. That is not confusion. It is damage observed from the inside. Power has a name. The institutional power here sits with Trump and the Republican machinery around him. The people in the survey are not describing an abstract mood. They are describing decisions made by the governing party, firing workers, attacking the public safety net, and trying to bend elections to one man's grievance. The language may be casual, but the power is not. It is centralized, punitive, and deliberate. The polling frame softens the crime. The article wants to read like a political temperature check. How many voters will grade Trump a C- before the next electoral slump? That framing is too soft for what the quotes actually reveal. A president who punishes public employees, pressures vulnerable benefit programs, and treats election loss as a litigation problem is not suffering from mixed reviews. He is using office as a lever for revenge and extraction. Loyalty survives reality. The most useful fact in the piece is also the ugliest. Even after describing broken promises, economic pain, and democratic sabotage, these voters still refuse the obvious conclusion. No F grades, no clean break, just managed disappointment, as if authoritarian misconduct is a customer service issue and not a political crime scene. That is the machinery of partisan captivity. People can see the wreckage and still hesitate to blame the driver. What this story really shows, the deeper pattern is not Trump's declining approval. It is the normalization of harm as something to debate, score, and contextualize instead of stop. Republican voters are being asked to absorb higher prices, weaker public services, and election abuse as the cost of belonging. That is how an anti-democratic coalition survives. It converts accountability into trivia, turns injury into personality commentary, and counts on people being too invested in the tribe to say what they already know. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to AlterNet for today's article. With the automated voice of Marcus, thanks for listening.